Hi, friends. Raul here with People's Rights, and just want to do a quick video and share a couple things with you. Very important. With the times that we're seeing, I think everybody should be preparing for what's coming. I'm not going to go through all that, but just understand that there's a lot of stuff happening, and which can create quite the chaos within the next year. A lot of people are expecting, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Nobody can predict the future, but you should be prepared, and it's better to be ready for what could come than get caught with your pants down. So I have been a state assistant for people's rights in the state of Utah for almost 2 years. I've lived in the state of Utah for over 20 years, and I went to Florida for 3.5 years on year 16, and I came back 3.5 years later, and it's time for me to go back to Florida, hopefully somewhere along the Panhandle, and it's going to happen in the next couple of months. And so I'm going to stop being a state assistant for the state of Utah, and somebody should fill those shoes if possible. This is all volunteer, and we do a lot of work for free. And right now we have Tyson Hafen as a state assistant, and we also have Aaron Davidson as a state assistant. And I think that we could use one more state assistant to make the load easier on the other two. So, with that said, I'd like to show you a couple of things, because we have been very successful as a group, and we are a network. The Network of People's Rights is people across the state of Utah coming together in the defense of their neighbors, I should say. And so let me show you here on the website what we have done here in the past. And so here's a website for People's Rights, and I'm going to log in here so I can show you a couple things, because you need to understand that when somebody violates your rights, whether it's a person or the government or the police or even the sheriff, and believe me, they do this all the time, all of them. And you need help. You need people to surround you in peaceful assembly and vouch for you and stand up for you. And so I implore you to find a way to help people defend their rights. So here's the state of Utah right now, and I'm going to explain how this whole thing works. It's divided into different areas. Some areas have a few counties, at least 2 or 3. And so, I'm in Area 10. I live in Washington County, and Area 10 has Iron and Beaver County within Area 10. And, when you look at Salt Lake City, that's divided into 2 areas, Area 3A and 3B, where you can see here, 3A is Weber and Morgan County. And then 3B is Davis and Salt Lake County, and so on and so forth. You can look at the map. What you need to do is you need to log into the website and establish a username and password. I know a lot of people just log in with a phone number, and sometimes that capability is useless. And the system sometimes doesn't let you do that, and it's not within our reach. So, but if you have a password and a username, you will always be able to log in. So do that when you can. Just log into the system. And so now that so let me go back to this. So, in every area, there's at least 2 to 5 area assistants. And those guys are responsible for helping you. So when you log in, you see something like this. My screen shows a lot more than yours will. but you'll always see this part right here. You see where it says your area assistants. And then, my area assistants here are Destry Griffith, and here's his phone number and his email address. And I can message him and I can text him or email directly. Laura Bean, and there's her phone number and her email address, and so is Patricia Kent. And so if you have any trouble, these people are supposed to spring up, gather all the information from you about what rights violations have happened to you or your family. And they're supposed to vet that information and make sure that it's correct, that it's true, that it's not a scam, that we're activating the networks on your behalf so that they can make phone calls on your behalf and say, your rights are being violated. We're not going to stand to this. We need you to quit doing that, or in assembly, even come to your house, go to a hospital and advocate for you. We've had a number of cases where people have shown up at the hospital. They actually did that for me. We had about 80 people show up because they refused services to me because I wouldn't wear a mask at the hospital. And so people showed up. I was really sick, by the way. People showed up, and a lot of people start making phone calls, so they put pressure on the hospital, and we name names, doctors and hospital administrators and whatnot. And they were all called out, and they backed down in disgrace, and they had to perform surgery on me. So anyways, so these are the things that we do. But here's a tool that we have. It's a newsroom. You see it right here, this button. This is the button for the newsroom. And your area assistant can gather all your information if your rights are being violated. And we can have this information here as a reference to call people to action. And so, latest case that we worked on was this right here. It's baby wrongfully torn from arms of mother in Meridian, Idaho. And we got involved because we thought this family needed help. And we usually don't get involved in other states, but if they need numbers, we can put numbers together, And Idaho has, I don't know, maybe 10,000 people registered in people's rights. Utah has 3,000. Colorado has another number. Arizona, Nevada, and all the surrounding states, Oregon, Washington, they have a lot of active members over there. This is what we need. We need active people to be constantly springing up for their neighbors. And so anyways, look at the story right here. The story, I'll just give you a quick review. Here's a video, and you can click on the video. And
this is a call to action for the state of Idaho. Baby Cyrus was kidnapped last night by the state of Idaho with help of Boise, Meridian, and Garden City police after Dr. Aaron Dykstra, a functional medicine of Idaho, called CPS on parents Marissa and Levi Anderson after Marissa called the doctor's office on March 11th.
All right, there you go. You got the preview of that. You can see it. If you want to see that video, you can go see it. It's there. It's on our Utah newsroom. And this was done by, somebody else. Casey Whalen in Idaho filmed this and put this whole thing together and edited it. And I included it here as a link. So now we have all the text with all the information. We have more video here. And actually, this video was done by myself, and it's on my channel. And, it tells another piece of the
Bill shelter care hearing.
It's actually, when CPS went and kidnapped the baby and tore it from the mother's arm in an ambulance and whatnot. So, so here's the event timeline, and I gathered all this information and I put it in this newsroom as it's kind of like a blog. And so, all the information is there: who to call, who to email, what to do. We didn't tell people in Utah to go to Idaho. We were on the verge of that. It was that serious, but the people in Idaho themselves responded as well, and they were present in body at the hospital and at the CPS building in Ada County and whatnot. And so anyways, I gathered all this information, we put it together, posted it here on the newsroom, and now we can call people to action. So, this, and we can text and email this simultaneously to everybody. So here's the information that we ask people to follow up on and say, hey, call child support services and tell them, what you're doing is unlawful and illegal. We're naming people, the perpetrators, this is the social worker, this is the doctor. This one right here is I can't remember now. And here we had another character, Steve Hansen. And so we called all these people out. We asked people to call their departments and put pressure. We flooded the lines. We flooded the freaking lines for about a week. And anyways, here's the message from Ammon Bundy on a video. I put it on the newsroom because they released the baby. They, after a week of the baby being kidnapped and put in foster care, the baby was returned. And so, we let everybody know, hey, the baby has been returned. And we put the information on the newsroom. We emailed it to everybody across the state of Utah, 3,000 people, and they all found out the baby was returned. Then, what else? We had, they were still, keeping an eye on the family. The family was totally innocent. And this is the judge that ordered the kidnapping of the baby. This is the St. Luke's doctor who said, no, we're going to refer this case to CPS because, we're worried about the baby, can't take him from the hospital. And he was fine. He was released from the hospital. And, this baby's been cared for really well. So anyways, all the details of the story are there. There's links here, with information, but you know what? The bottom line of this whole thing, somebody has to do this. Somebody has to do that. And then you have to edit the information correctly in a manner where people are going to be able to read it easily. And, we put things in bold, we put some things in a different color of text so that when people scan, they can grab the information and go, what is this about? And they want to read more. And we provide links for documentation and everything else. And so, all this stuff is this is the job of an area assistant and not really of a state assistant, even though I do it a lot and I have done it a lot. The reason I've done it is because I want the area assistants to be able to copy a model, even though, all the information is on our website on how to document, how to do all this stuff. Area assistants, really, their job is to be somewhat of a investigative journalist. And so, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And, a lot of people are putting in the work, and, we have saved a lot of people from the government abuse. And so this is the most recent one, right? And I want you to understand that, if they're coming for you, they're coming for me. And if they're coming for me, they're eventually going to come for you. So we need you to spring up and listen to the calls to action. Be attentive to everything that People's Rights is putting out, because we all need each other. If we don't stand together and fight together, we're going to die separately. And so, with all the stuff that's coming down the pike here in the next year, which I think it's not going to be pretty. This is not over. These people have been marching progressively every single year and advanced their agenda. Right? I remember 12 years ago, we were talking about how the UN was going to take over the United States. And that was kind of still kind of iffy, will they really? But yeah, it looks like they will. And will they really? And yes, it looks like they will. And you know what? We're under control. This is not a free country. This is not, listen, if you're singing the national anthem, it ends with these words: in the land of the free and the home of the brave. And if you're singing that, you need to make justice to those words. You need to live free, and you need to be brave. Don't let what I think is, mostly happening in the United States, that this is the land of the sheep and the home of the lame. We can't continue like this. And so if you have woken up to a sense of your awful situation, I implore you to stand up and do something as little as you can. And if you can step it up along the way, do it. We need it. Everybody needs it. You're going to need them as much as we are going to need you. So people's rights is a system that is there to do so, and take advantage of it. But, also pitch in, and I'm not talking about money. We're talking about action. When you're called to action and you receive a text or you receive an email from people's rights, go look at them in the spam folder. A lot of people receive those in the spam folder, and look at them. And if there's something that you can do, spring up and find your tribe in your neighborhoods. Unite, do meetings, do everything that you can, because we're going to need you and you're going to need us. So anyways, I need to sign off and let you know I'm not going to be a state assistant anymore. I'm asking to be deprecated, which means, just take me off the position of people's rights. And the area assistants are going to do that. They're going to sign into the system and they're going to vote to deprecate me off the position, because I will not longer be living here in a couple of months. And I need to get ready too. I have spent so much time helping people, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to do so. And I hope that you will step up to the plate and do your part. And Lord help us, because we're going to need it. Establish your communities, plant food, save water, store water. Do everything that you can to get prepared, because I think hard times are coming, and the COVID thing is not the only attack that we have been receiving and are yet to receive. So anyways, I'll cut it short and be done, and wish you the best. And hopefully maybe I'll see some of you in Florida. So take care. I'll always be available to help anyways. And love you guys. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to be here in Utah for so long. And I love the state. I love the people. And we just need to keep Utah, like, Evan says, let's keep Idaho, but let's keep Utah. There's good values here too. So anyways, signing off. Thank you so much. See you another time.